In a remote, forgotten village named Sunvale, nestled amidst rolling hills and surrounded by a lush, untamed landscape, lived a man named Samuel. Born into poverty, Samuel had experienced firsthand the limitations that a lack of education imposed on his family. Yet, despite facing many hardships in life, he possessed an unwavering passion for education. He firmly believed that knowledge could break the shackles of poverty and transform lives. One sunny morning, as he walked through the dusty streets of Sunvale, the vision to bring quality education to his community took root in his mind. He couldn't ignore the illiteracy and the lack of opportunities that prevailed here. It was a vision that lit a fire within him. Samuel knew that he couldn't do it alone. He approached the village council to discuss his idea of starting a school. The council, skeptical at first, eventually agreed to provide a small, run-down building to serve as a school. It was a dilapidated structure with a leaky roof, broken windows, and crumbling walls. But for Samuel, it was a symbol of hope, a beacon of potential. This small victory was just the beginning. The school building had no books, no desks, and no teachers. Samuel's journey to bring education to the underprivileged had officially begun, and he was about to face challenges he could have never foreseen. Samuel began his mission with what little he had. He himself started teaching the children of Sunvale, using old books and handmade teaching aids. He was determined to make a difference, but the road ahead was tougher than he had ever imagined. The children were eager to learn, but the lack of resources was a constant hurdle. Day after day, Samuel tirelessly worked to create an engaging and nurturing learning environment. He struggled to find dedicated teachers who shared his passion, and resources were scarce. But he refused to let these obstacles deter him. Every lesson, every smile, and every small step forward reinforced his belief in the transformative power of education, despite the odds. The children of Sunvale began attending the school regularly. Samuel's dedication and passion inspired them to learn. They began to understand that education was their ticket out of poverty and ignorance. The transformation in their attitudes was a remarkable sight. They began to see that knowledge was not only empowering but also the key to breaking the cycle of poverty. Samuel knew that he had ignited a spark in their hearts, one that would illuminate their paths to a brighter future. The school was still rudimentary, but it was a small, but significant step towards empowerment for Sunvale's youth. Word of Samuel's efforts in Sunvale reached a group of philanthropists from the nearby city. Impressed by his determination and the progress made, they decided to support his cause. They donated books, provided funds for infrastructure improvement, and even sent volunteers to teach at the school. Samuel's vision was finally gaining momentum and becoming a collective effort. The influx of resources was a turning point. The once rundown school was transformed into a vibrant learning center. It was furnished with desks, blackboards, and a library stocked with an array of books. The children, whose education had begun with limited resources, now had access to a well-rounded curriculum and dedicated mentors. Not everyone in Sunvale was pleased with the changes Samuel was bringing. Some believed that education threatened their traditional way of life. They viewed Samuel as an outsider, a disruptor. This opposition sometimes took the form of hostility, which Samuel had to navigate with care. He spent hours speaking with the elders and community leaders, patiently explaining the long-term benefits of education for the entire village. Slowly, he began to win over hearts and minds. Over time, some of the fiercest critics became his strongest allies, recognizing the value of education in breaking the cycle of poverty. With continued support from the philanthropists, Samuel expanded the school's offerings to include vocational training for older students. This was a crucial step in addressing the practical needs of the community. The school now offered courses in carpentry, sewing, and agriculture, empowering older students with skills that would help them earn a livelihood and support their families. The vocational programs were met with enthusiasm, as they provided a direct path to economic independence, further underscoring the transformative potential of education. One of Samuel's students, a young girl named Layla, had a natural talent for mathematics. With Samuel's encouragement and the newly available resources, She went on to excel in her studies. Her success became a beacon of inspiration for the entire community, solidifying their belief in the true power of education. Layla's achievements proved that talent was not confined by socio-economic circumstances. Her story resonated far and wide, instilling hope and ambition in the hearts of other students. Her journey symbolized the fulfillment of Samuel's vision and ignited a passion for learning in the younger generation. The school in Sunvale faced numerous challenges in its journey, including funding shortages, infrastructural issues, and even natural disasters. The roof of the school building once collapsed during a severe storm, forcing the community to rally together to rebuild it. Samuel's determination never wavered, and he had the unwavering support of the community. When setbacks occurred, they faced them head-on, knowing that each challenge was an opportunity to grow stronger. Over the years, they not only overcame adversity but also learned to adapt and find creative solutions to their problems. The success of the school in Sunvale was undeniable. It had become a beacon of hope for other underprivileged communities in the region. Samuel started to receive invitations from neighboring villages, asking him to help replicate his success and bring the light of education to their children. Sunvale School had set an example that inspired others to take action. Samuel began to travel to neighboring villages, sharing his knowledge and experience, offering guidance on how to establish similar educational initiatives. The movement was growing, one village at a time, and it was clear that Samuel's vision was impacting a larger region. Samuel realized that to make a lasting impact, he needed to formalize his efforts. He decided to register an educational nonprofit, which allowed him to access more resources and support from government agencies. With a legal entity behind him, he began training teachers, not only from Sunvale but also from surrounding villages, further spreading his vision and knowledge. This nonprofit, dedicated to providing quality education to underprivileged communities, allowed Samuel to create a structured framework for expansion. He developed a curriculum that catered to the unique needs of these communities, embracing local culture and traditions. Samuel's legacy was no longer confined to Sunvale but was now intertwined with a growing network of schools and educational initiatives throughout the region. Years passed, and Samuel's dream had transformed into a movement. Education had empowered countless individuals, lifting them out of poverty and illiteracy. Samuel's legacy was secure, not only in the hearts of the people he had helped but also in the growing network of schools and educational initiatives he had established. Sunvale was no longer a forgotten village, it had become a symbol of hope and change. The success of Samuel's mission was evident in the thriving communities surrounding it, where educated individuals were breaking the cycle of poverty and contributing to the betterment of society. Samuel's story served as a testament to the transformative power of education, illustrating that one person's unwavering dedication can change the lives of many and empower entire communities for generations to come.